Hi, this is going to be a very long resolution exercise, okay? So let's get started. I think I'm going to get a darker color here because it'll be easier to see while I write on this picture here. So what you have is a 12-foot pole in here. You got a 28-foot pole in here, okay? And they got to stay 30 meters apart. So, or 30 inches, whatever. Well, in this case, it's feet. So they're 30 feet apart in here. Okay, that's the horizontal distance, and they're stayed by two wires. This wire here and this wire here. Okay, and both wires are attached to a single stake over here, and you gotta see where the stake is gonna be from the 12th pole to use the least amount of wire, because the total amount of wire is going to be W, okay, which is this plus that. Now, if you put the stake over here, then you're going to have this wire plus this wire. Is this going to be less than this one here? For example, this and this. But let's just say that the stake is over here, okay, so you're going to have this wire plus this wire. Is that going to be less? So what point should the stake be? So you're going to use the least amount of wire, okay? So here's what we got to do. What's going to be Y? Well, this right here is a right triangle, and you can see that this is also a right triangle, okay? So what's going to be Y and Z? Well, Y equals this. I don't know if I'm going to use square root one, maybe. Square root, oh man, square root of 144 plus x squared, okay? And Z equals the square root of, let me see here. It'll be the square root of, you see, it'll be 30 minus x squared. Where does this 30 minus x squared get? Because you see, x is the distance from the stake to the 12-foot pole, and so since they're 30 meters apart, 30 feet apart, the poles are 30 feet apart, the distance from the stake to the 28-foot pole is 30 minus x. So 30 minus x squared plus 28 squared, which is 784. Okay. Now all you gotta do is differentiate W with respect to x. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna expand this thing here. So it's gonna be 900 minus 60x plus x squared, and now 900 plus 784 is going to be 1684. Okay, so it'll be equals the square root of x squared minus 60x plus 1684. What a mess, but that's fine. I mean, I know this is very tight in here, but you guys can understand because I'm talking. Okay, well, I'm gonna erase this picture because you guys already got the picture, right? You already understand what's happening. So let's keep going over here. Just gonna separate this stuff. So we gotta differentiate the stuff with respect to x, right? So what's it gonna be? Well, differentiating dw with respect to x equals the first one over here, dy dx, is just gonna be this thing's elevated to half, so it's gonna be minus half divided by 2. So okay, it's 144 plus x squared to the half. So it'll be half times 144 plus x squared, okay, to the minus half, which is over here. 144 plus x squared, there you go, times 2x. I cut this one over here, and there you go. Plus this one right here, which is going to be the same thing, okay? So you have half, and then I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put the square root in here. So you have x squared minus 60x plus 1684, okay? And right, it's half, and then you get this elevated to the minus half, so you put it here, times 2x, and the 2 is going to cancel with the 2 in the denominator, so all you got to do is put an x in here. Well, you see, actually what you're going to have is, let's just say this is half, right? Now times the derivative here, which is going to be 2x minus 60. Okay, so actually what you're going to do is simplify this 2 with this 2, and this is going to become a 30. So just to clean it up, I'm going to clean this up in here. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to clean this one here. Well, this is going to be x minus 30. So I'm just going to clean all this. X minus 30. Okay. Let me see here if I'm not forgetting anything. So I gotta equate this to 0. Okay. So taking the minimum common denominator and cross multiplying, I'm gonna do this straight. It'll be x times the square root of x squared minus 60x plus 1684, okay, and then you have a plus x minus 30 and times the let me think here. Hold on. X minus 30 times 144 plus x squared equals 0. Okay? What did I do? I took the minimum common denominator of this fraction plus this fraction. And then, so here's the minimum common denominator. So the MCD is going to be the multiplication of these two denominators here, and then I cross multiply. I'm going to keep the numerator, and this denominator is going to be multiplied to 0, which is 0, and this is the result. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. This is equal 0, right? So I'm going to pass this stuff over here with a negative sign. So how do I do that? I'm just going to erase this here. This plus, I'm going to set it as an equal, and here I'm going to say, instead of x minus 30, I'm going to say 30 minus x, because then I invert the sign. Okay, so you have that. Okay, now you got to get rid of all these, because I want to solve for x, so I want to get rid of all these square roots. So this is going to be x squared times x squared minus 60x plus 1684 equals 30 minus x squared times 144 plus x squared. Okay, now all this is just going to be kind of like high school math. Let's keep going. So you gotta see, yeah, I'm gonna do this all on this side. I'm not gonna do it too fast because I don't want to make mistakes. If I make a mistake, I'm just gonna have to throw the video away, and I don't want to do that. And now I gotta multiply this to 144 plus x squared, because I expanded this 900 minus twice the first times the second, which is minus 60x plus x squared. Multiply that. So let me multiply this here. Oh man, that's big. I'm gonna use a calculator. Let's see here. It's 900 times 144. It's 129,600. Okay, plus 900 x squared, and then you have 60 times 144. 60 times 144, 8640. Okay, so minus 8640x, okay, minus 60x cubed, okay, plus 144x squared plus x to the fourth. Okay, so this equals this, which equals that. Okay, now let's see here. Let's see if we can. So this thing equals this, which equals this. Now you got an x to the fourth here, and you got an x to the fourth here, so you cancel them both. Okay, here you got a minus 60x cubed and a minus 60x cubed. I'm just going to cancel these two. All right. So let's just get these things. I'm just going to erase this stuff because it's confusing me. All right. Now, let's put the x's together, right? I'm going to bring them to the left side. So you got 1684 x squared. Yeah. Got a 1684 minus 900. Okay. Minus 144. That'll be 6040 x squared. Yeah. 640 x squared. Okay. So already took care of this, already took care of this, already took care of that. Plus 8640x minus 129,600. Okay. Now, because this is a textbook example equal to 0, okay, so what you got to do is to find the x here. I just want to check something out. Let me see here. No. No. Okay. Now you see. Okay, because the book already has everything. All right. So what I can do is just simplify this whole thing divided by 320. So 640 divided by 320 is going to be 2x squared plus 8640 8640 divided by 320 is 27. So this is going to be 27x, okay, minus 129,600 divided by 320, 405. Equal to 0, okay? Now you gotta find two numbers that multiplied is gonna be equal to 27, and not actually, because you got a 2 in here. Okay, so this is just gonna be a quadratic equation, okay? And quadratic equation, you guys know how to solve them. It's gonna be 27 squared minus 4 times minus 405 and blah blah blah. In the end, guys, because this is a calculus thing, it's not an algebra thing, I'm not going to stay doing this here forever. Okay, so actually what you have are x prime, which equals 9, and x double prime, which equals minus 22.5. All right, so this is the answer here. This is the answer. And now I want to just show you guys something, which is I'm going to have to write it again. Y equals the square root of x squared plus 144 and z, because w was y plus z. It'll be the square root of x squared minus 60x plus 1684. Okay, now I can just erase all this. All right, now you got to remember that you had a point here, the distance between them was 30. You cannot have a distance of minus 22.5 feet, so forget about this. Okay, now you got a thing here. This was the, I'm just gonna do something. This was like the 12-foot pole, and this was the 28-foot pole. Okay, this is 30, and it has to be 9. So this is gonna be 15. This is gonna be maybe 10. So maybe the stake is gonna be in here. So what you got is something like this. Okay, here, and then you have that, where this distance here equals 9. But there's something else here. You gotta remember that what is the domain here? The domain was gonna be 0 all the way up to 30. Okay? Or maybe, okay, hold on. Maybe like this, an open interval. Maybe like that. Okay? No, but okay, the book considers it a closed interval because it can be a closed interval. You see, you can have a stake right here, okay, with a wire that's going up here, 12 foot, and then going over there. And you can also have a stake in here with a wire going 28 foot in here, and then all the way here. So yeah. Now you see, this is going to be like a maximum or a minimum within the differentiable, how can I say, the differentiable interval, but you have to test the endpoints, which is 0 and 30, okay? And you have to test this 9 to see which is going to be the real, because we found 9 here, but it may not be 9. Maybe the answer is going to be, instead of replacing 9 in here and in here and in here, actually putting a 0 or putting a 30. Okay, you have to test the endpoints to make sure. So putting a 0, you're going to have y equals 12, right? Because if it's a 0, it's 144. The square root of 144 is 12. Okay, now z, you have, if it's a 0, it's the square root of 1684. Hold on. Some people already know this stuff, but I'm not so good in this stuff. Taking the square root by mind like this. So it's going to be 41 0.0304 approximately. Okay, so it's going to be, this is for x equals 0. Now you got to do another one for x equals 9. So y, if we put 9, it'll be 9 squared, 81 plus 144. It'll be 225, I guess, right? 9, 21, 5, 18 plus, yeah, 225. And the square root of 225 is 15. So here's going to be 15. And z will be, let's do this. It'll be 81. Okay, it'll be 81 minus 540 plus that thing. So 81 minus 540 plus 1684, and you got 12,025, and the square root of that is 35. Okay, so z will be 35. What is going on here? Okay. And now we have to do for x equals 30. I'm going to separate this thing here. So for x equals 30, y will be, let's see, 900 plus, for example, 144, of course. And the square root of that, 32.31. So 32.31. When it comes to z, let's see. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, okay. No, wait a minute. Guys, I think I'm going nuts here. So it'll be 144, 900, okay. Now z. Okay, so z will be for 30, it'll be 9. What? I think I jumped the gun. 900 plus 144 equals 1000 in the square root, 32.31. Okay, 81 plus 5 plus 1684. Or maybe it's the same thing, and that's why I'm going crazy here. 81 minus 540 plus 1684. Oh, okay. And then you have the square root of that, which is 35. So this is going to be 35, okay? So you see here, this is going to be like 53 point something, right? Y 53, yeah, 0.04. Adding these two, you get a 50. Adding these two here, you get a 67.31. So you can see that the smallest number is this one, and that's when x equals 9. So yeah, when you put the stake here at x equals 9, you're going to have the smallest amount of wire to stay all these two poles, and the smallest amount of wire is 50 feet. Okay, this one here is 15, and this one here is 35 feet. You add those two, you got a 50. That's it.